take it from the top. Jesus fucking Christ.
That's just my humor.
Okay, we're gonna start
horrible.
it off right there. Hi, welcome to the first episode of whatever the hell this is supposed to be. I am your host, John Gloden, and with me I have my lovely co-host.
Hey, I'm Marcos Carranza. What up? Sucio Boys in the Cut, you know what I'm saying?
I hate and our lovely friend.
Oh, you can introduce me. You guys
Jesus.
it's yours.
And our lovely friend Elijah Darden.
Yay.
Here to just talk about whatever we want to talk about. Not that
like
we've already been rolling for.
I want to start.
Okay,
go ahead.
Why don't you have a name? You need a name.
Listen,
You need a name.
we don't have a name. I don't have a name for the podcast because I am smooth baby butt brain, big dumb boy. You know what I mean?
Okay,
my brain did not function. I was like, I want to do a podcast. And
I have
then
an
was
idea.
Like, yeah.
Mansplaining.
That is no.
That
That's
is funny.
I think that's really funny.
That's funny.
Thank
I like
you.
it. I like that one.
I am not. Okay, convince me in the next 5 minutes. Convince me.
That's too much time. I already got you.
Convince me in the next 2 minutes.
He
In the
only
next
needs
20
4.
seconds. Okay, then start explaining. Convince me to name this podcast the Mansplaining Podcast.
Manscaping. Actually, I like that more.
Manscaping-
Not
Manscaping's honestly
sponsored by
better.
Manscaped.
I like
Manscaping's
that. We
honestly
should get
better,
sponsored by Manscaped.
but-
Get
That would
the
be
2.0
excellent.
in that hoe.
Well, I feel like Manscaping's a better name, but also I feel like that's just got weirdly sexual undertones. So
Why?
no, just because Manscaping, you're
Just
shaving
because it's
your...
around like a penis.
Yes,
Well,
yes, it's around a penis.
It's the lawnmower 3.0. It'd be more
No, not to no.
Anyway,
The
Man-
company Manscaped, they did
No,
not
hold on.
copy. they did-
Mansplaining.
I think
Explain that to
mansplaining
me.
is funny because you're you.
What does that even mean?
Well, John,
I
you do
feel
like
very
to
attacked
explain
right-
things a lot.
No, okay. It's
Yeah,
for
you
the
do.
record. It's not
You're
that I'm
literally
trying.
doing it right
God, fuck.
People who rank-
It's because my brain is stupid and I'm an idiot and I don't articulate things well. Not because I feel the need to express my fucking ideas to everyone very clearly.
You're literally not letting him talk.
I think no. I was trying. That's why I stopped myself. But I
Literally
think that in order of people who over explain, I think it's like Jacob, Jamie, then you, then me.
Jamie's up there.
Well, okay. Fine.
I love Jamie. But
I haven't
Jacob?
had that many interactions with Jamie, but Jacob he goes. He goes. He just goes.
We're 5 minutes in, not even. We're like 3.5 minutes into the first episode of the podcast.
I
and
like
we've
that it's
talked about
in measures and beats instead of time code.
Yeah. Why didn't you guys come on?
What the?
Didn't Stan ever teach you guys housekeeping?
In our
I
defense,
never
Change
had
it.
in our
Stan.
defense, we were trying to record a saxophone intro for this podcast. before we
Yeah,
started.
so the intro that will be played at the top and or end of this podcast, assuming I choose to keep and use it because I sound like garbage and can't play saxophone worth the damn. would
Is
have been
played by
recorded-
Kenny G.
Yes,
Kenny
is
G.
played by Kenny G.
Kenny G. If you're hearing this, good job. You did it great. You get it. You did it.
This podcast not sponsored by Kenny G.
I don't.
So
Why not?
Listen. We
I
don't
feel like
have
it's
a
illegal
budget
to
for that.
claim that.
That's probably true.
I'm sorry.
Earl asked me today. Earl started making beats, and
Oh my
Earl's
God.
our good friend who lives with me and Elijah, and he's like, I don't know the legality of using copyrighted like audio, and I was like, well, here's the sad part, is that it's not.
That's not legal at all.
No.
That's not. You
Oh, God.
must get permission.
And here we are, watching everyone around us use copyrighted material.
I don't know what you're talking about. I never used copyrighted material.
Wait, what do you mean? What are you saying? I don't get it.
Nothing, Elijah. It's fine. Don't worry about
I want to know.
it. No.
I've never used copyrighted material in my life, John.
I'm gonna be honest. I have. I steal like a motherfucker.
God.
Sorry, I realized I'm not supposed to
So-
swear, but
I don't. So long as it's not like
yes,
Okay,
I understand.
right,
I understand.
I don't give a fuck. It's fine. So what I'm hearing so far is that by episode 2, Elijah's not going to be back on the podcast again, and I'm going to have to find a new co-host because both
Why?
Elijah and Marcos are going to be arrested for having on the air admitted.
I didn't admit to shit.
Elijah is going to jail.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Hey, I'll be completely honest about all my
I feel like
experiences in illegal illegal use and
Illegal use of what, Elijah? I feel like there's
of-
more than just music that you're going to jail
Oh,
for
he
right now.
torrents so much.
Oh, not anymore. I used to. I used to a lot.
I used to commit theft.
Yeah, like probably in the entirety of the amount of time that I started doing it.
Okay, so we've all pirated movies, right?
I definitely don't have Endgame and all the first 7 seasons of Game of Thrones on my box.
That's really convincing. And in monetary amounts, how much do you think you have stolen?
Oh, I was actually I was getting there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I couldn't put an actual number on it, but I started.
I'm gonna a movie like the DVD release, I'll say, instead of like the ticket price.
Okay. So, well, I started doing it when I was like 13. I'm not gonna lie, I started early.
You got in the game,
and
man.
I stopped the last go round I had was the summer before I came here to Ball State.
Oh God.
And I was like,
I refuse to believe that's the last time you torrented.
that's the last. No. That's the last time I torrented.
Oh, okay.
That's the last time I torrented. So.
Jesus.
Yeah, but I'm
over here like, maybe I've pirated a couple hundred, maybe $500 worth of stuff in my life. Elijah's over here like, I've maybe pirated enough shit just on torrent to pay for my education.
I mean, there are some things I've like torrented more than once just because I wanted to watch them again. I like The Wolf of Wall Street. The copy that I have on my computer, which is still the copy that I had from the last time I got it illegally. It's still the one. It's still the one. It's the second one I got. I don't know if we're allowed to say.
I was gonna say I don't know if any of this is.
Oh, you probably shouldn't.
Well,
okay,
we're already 242 bars in. So.
Oh, hold on. Oh, you could. I mean, I guess.
Bars.
I guess the thing is, you don't have to say what I torrented.
I feel like you said what you torrented.
No, I'm saying you could just bleep that out. You could bleep out what I torrented.
I'm absolutely not going to do that.
Well, okay, then.
I think that's funny. I think
if this is going on a portfolio,
oh shit,
you're gonna need to bleep that out. I mean,
joke's on you, black man.
I mean, I feel like it's okay if we talk about what we. I don't do it anymore.
Right.
I haven't done it in 2 years. So
right. I feel like this will hit maybe YouTube or Spotify. I don't know this specific episode.
I mean,
why not?
And also, it's fine. I feel like if you talk about.
Listen, man.
Whatever.
Everyone has done it. I don't. You work at the FBI.
Cheyenne's shaking her head at me.
Cheyenne, yes, you have.
Cheyenne,
You have.
We've all done it.
Producer
We've all
in the next
done
room
illegal.
Do not lie.
Trying to convince us that she's never pirated.
Don't shake
movies
your
in her
head at
life.
me.
And I know that's a lie because I watched you torrent the last 4.5
that's
seasons
crazy.
of The Bachelor.
I am gone, bro. You've torrented The Bachelor? That's ridiculous.
That's not even good.
That's crazy, bro.
What'd she say?
She goes, that is definitely on Hulu. I ain't pirated shit.
All right, well.
Yeah, And how did you pay for that Hulu account, huh? Yeah, that's right.
The
You're
last
stealing
thing
a Hulu
I
account.
downloaded illegally was I'm in a Discord, and sometimes there's like, if you want to call it torrenting, because technically I'm taking it without permission, but they just kind of put it up for people.
That's not
to
torrenting.
Take. Yeah, exactly.
Torrenting, you have to use a torrent file. Yeah.
Then no, I don't know if I've ever torrented. That sounds like a lot of work.
It's just you have to download a client and then get the specific file. And
Yeah, that's a
it's
lot of
like
work.
it's peer-to-peer
Okay.
type stuff,
Gotcha.
basically. So.
You just said words at me and I didn't.
My friend would email me movies. I guess that's me taking part in the process.
Well, no, I wouldn't. Okay.
And then I would save them to my iPhone camera roll and watch them at like 12:38.
Why would you save it to your kids? What?
It was on the iPhone, man. I don't know.
It was already in the internet.
Yeah.
You might as well take it.
That's fair.
I think like with that, I think the illegal part of that.
I was like 14.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
15, something like that. Sorry.
I think the illegal part of that really is the distribution of it. Is the copying and distribution of it. Like
Listen.
if you already have some pirated stuff.
No, that's actually really incriminating. Never mind.
I was saying if you actually have the pirated like DVD or file or whatever, if you already have it, I mean, if as long as you're not the one who, I don't know, if somebody just gave it to you,
right, like
and you didn't know, I mean, what can they really do? You know, I guess.
mean,
How would you not know?
Well, like if someone, like if
I
a
don't know.
family
If someone-
member,
listen,
if a family
I
member
mean,
gives
honestly,
you like a new pair of car keys, like happy birthday, I got you a car, whatever,
What?
and they just stole the car.
If my
like,
family member gave me a new pair of car keys, I would cry.
well, same because that's
That's
focused on
expensive.
it's
We're
never
not
gonna
talking about in
No,
real
but,
life
like,
examples.
Well, right, but like, what's the government gonna
Listen,
do? They
man.
could take the car, but like,
Yeah.
you're not gonna get arrested. You didn't steal the car.
yeah, I
You
mean,
just-
especially if you didn't know.
Right, you just drove it to the local Wells Fargo and robbed it with the car. You didn't
Yeah.
steal the car.
Yeah. I mean, I will say, it is very difficult to not know when something is pirated, especially if you're the one who's fucking doing it. But I mean, I just think when it comes down to it, the warning in front of like movies and stuff is like you're gonna get fined if you copy it and sell it. They don't really tell
Not
you
if
if you have it.
it's
If you
possession.
I mean,
just give it.
if you already have it and you didn't get caught, oh well, you got it.
I love how we're just chilling in our free time at 8:20, not even 8:20, 8:15
Oh, you
at
can't
night,
read.
and we're just in our free time just going over stuff that we learned in our communication media law class.
I didn't learn anything from media law.
I feel like this. Have we talked about piracy yet?
Did
No,
we?
actually, I don't
read
think we
the
have.
I don't think we are gonna talk
I
about piracy.
I read like 4 pages.
I read the
of book.
first reading assignment, which was 9 pages.
Same.
That's more than
Same.
I read half of that.
And I've just
If
been
that.
relying on videos, and that's probably why I did really not awesome on the midterm.
That's fair.
I need to start taking
I
notes
did
on those
okay.
videos.
Yeah. I need
What,
to stop.
what, Cheyenne? What's going
be
on? What's
quiet.
on your mind? What are you gonna
I
say?
got a 75
On the midterm?
in the class.
Oh. I got a 72 in the midterm, and I have
I'd like
a
to have an 80
73.
before the final, but we'll see what happens.
Hey, you know what?
I had a 79 on it.
On the midterm?
Yeah.
That's very cool. I got a
Wow.
74, I think, on the midterm.
Subtle flex, I guess.
No,
but
that's not a
whatever.
flex. The highest grade was an 84. That's not a flex.
There was someone got an 84 on this shit?
The highest
wild.
grade was an 84.
That's insane.
That's not a flex.
Anyway, yeah,
Marcus?
yeah, what?
I was just gonna ask if there was something that you brought to today's episode that you wanted to share with us or talk about.
Oh, yeah, convince me not to buy a $175 jersey right now. Give me
No.
2 reasons why.
You don't need it.
You don't
That's
need
one.
it, and you can't afford it. Those are your 2 reasons.
But I can afford it.
Should you buy it? That's my answer to your question.
The
With
burden
another
of
question.
proof falls to you here.
You should
So
tell us
convince
why.
us
You
why.
should convince us to not shit my phone. You
Convince us
should
not
be
to shit
convincing
his
us.
phone.
Yeah, you should be convincing us why you should be able to and
I'm
why
a very
we
fickle
won't.
person. I rely strongly on other people's opinions.
That's even better. That's an even more. No. That's not what I mean. Not convince your. Never mind. No.
No, I get you.
Tell us why you want to buy the jersey. Not
Okay.
why.
So Bleacher Report, they do like sports and shit. I don't really know. Anyway, they teamed up with.
But what jersey is it?
It's a
Is it football?
Charlotte. It's a Hornets. It's a Charlotte Hornets jersey.
Okay.
It's basketball.
Okay, so now I'm okay. If it was football, I would have been like, okay, no, it's basketball. No. I have respect for basketball, but it's just not my
But-
sport, you know.
It's a collab between Bleacher Report and Dreamville.
Okay, so now I know why you want it.
Yes.
I know exactly why you want it.
If anyone knows me, I have like an abhorrent amount of Dreamville merch.
He really does.
Like,
it's
I mean,
borderline concern.
Right,
I have
it's very nice.
4
It's very
Fiends
nice.
hoodies.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I legitimately have 4 Earth Gang hoodies.
I mean, you know,
I have 1 Dreamville hoodie.
they're very nice. I
No, that
mean,
good
could be a
quality.
dream, though.
yeah, they're very nice. Hell, I'd buy them too.
Listen, I would absolutely be like, Marcos, come on, be sensible and don't. But I also just spent $100 on 3 posters, so I can't.
Jeez.
Wow. Oh, look at the
Oh, come
pot
on.
calling the kettle black.
I never said don't. I literally
I just think it's
said.
funny.
Well, you're not wrong.
I
particularly 'cause
think-
of one of my credit cards.
I think you should
Crippling that.
save your money for something better.
Like,
'Cause I understand,
what?
you know, I've been in this situation before. You know, like
You
there,
should save your money to buy me a new computer.
you.
Fuck
I mean, because I've been in this situation where I'm like, you know, I see something I really like, and I have the money,
Sure.
and I'm like, I mean, hell, I could, you know, this is a terrible example, but I'm interested in Call of Duty Cold War. I keep seeing the trailers all the darn
I am
time, and
too.
I'm like, it looks good. It looks like it'll be okay. I mean, you know, I've seen some gameplay. I'm like, oh, it looks alright.
Do you know how much space that
I
thing's
bet
gonna
it's
take up?
240 to 300 gigs easy.
And then if you
Which
add the
is fucking
multiplayer on
ridiculous.
Dude, that's gonna be.
it's gonna be a 500 gig game.
Yeah,
Yep.
especially on PC, dude.
Oh,
I'm
dude.
gonna. Yeah, it's gonna.
Anyway,
be-
sorry.
Yeah, I really want the game. I have the money. I could buy it right now.
Oh, God.
I wouldn't feel very good after I did it.
See, that's how I feel about Spider-Man too. I was like, I could buy it,
Oh,
But, you
dude.
know.
but like, I don't know. It's just because like I don't know. It's weird because like it's fundamentally it's a shirt.
Yeah.
You know.
It's literally just clothing.
Right.
But
it really means nothing,
But it means
a
a lot though.
and it looks really cool.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like when you think about, I mean, when you detach yourself and detach, human emotion from literally anything,
It's
nothing
pretty
means
fucking
no,
stupid.
nothing
Right.
means anything.
Time's not real.
Yeah, literally, like nothing is anything. If you just say, I don't really care. Like if you rip every ounce of humanism from anything,
Right.
It's just.
I was gonna argue your
Fabric.
time is a real joke, but our podcast is currently being recorded in measures and beats per.
No,
measure.
okay, so my old drumline professor, Aaron Kavelman, great guy. He works at the U of I, amazing guy, at University of Illinois, because that's where I'm from.
Cool plug. Go ahead.
Our drumline's cool. He does good work. Anyway, a long time, like not a long time ago, like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, something like that. I was in a lesson with him, and we were doing like diddles or something. Like something. He's like, "You control time," and I was like, "What?" He's like, "None of this exists. You control time with your hands right now."
And that's how Marcos became a superhero. And the coolest thing about that is you controlled time. The fucking brass line and the clarinets and shit up front still ain't gonna listen to a fucking bit of it.
Exactly.
Ain't gonna be. As someone that marched woodwinds for 4 years in high school, we will still be out of time. The trumpets are still gonna be fucking blaring for no goddamn reason.
It's a loud instrument.
It is loud.
Okay,
Loud
it's
instrument.
also
Saxophones are also loud.
Very loud.
right, but
Tubas?
both of those, all of those
shit.
instruments are not terribly difficult to play quietly, or at least to play in balance. You know what I mean?
You ever played a drum? That thing's only loud.
Literally not true. There's stick heights for a reason, you goon.
John, I'm
Kidding.
kidding.
I'm aware you're
That's
kidding.
obviously the joke.
Yes, the irony
John,
about
I've been
that
doing
entire
percussion
thing.
since
I was
in,
gonna
like,
say,
4th grade.
you've
Hop
been doing
off my
percussion
dick,
since you were
alright.
in 4th grade, and I've held a drumstick like twice, and that's about it.
Don't they have like brushes that make it go?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, those are nice.
It's
Yeah.
like soup. It's like stirring soup.
I feel like if your soup sounds like a drum,
No,
you
like
should throw that soup out. You
it's
did
just-
something
that's
wrong.
Like, it's the motion.
Yeah,
It's the
yeah,
motion
I
on the
know.
drum. It's like stirring a soup.
I don't
and
know
then
what
you're
the
like,
name of the podcast is going to be, but the name of this episode is "Does Your Soup Sound Like a Drum?" That's it. That's the name of the episode.
It's your podcast, man. You can call it whatever.
Yeah, you
you
can
want.
call it whatever.
Oh,
you
back
want.
to mansplaining.
Oh
Oh,
Christ!
shit.
Um,
Oh yeah.
So, John, I think it's funny because you are a vehement feminist, and I just think it's really funny. I think I think it's funny that you just blatantly call your podcast something that's like
completely
yeah, just it's just very not you, and I think it would be really funny.
It's a good juxtaposition.
Objectively, I can see how that's hilarious. But
Objectively,
given that
that's
I'm the
wrong
one
use
that's
of the
gonna
word,
catch
John.
the
No,
shit
you
for that,
shut up.
okay.
No, that's the wrong use of the word. Subjectively. That was loud.
That was
Sorry.
God, Elijah. This is why we can't have
Subjectively.
nice things. God,
Not objectively. Humor is not objective, John.
you don't know that.
Yeah, I
Prove
do.
It
to me that it
literally
isn't.
is.
Okay.
What?
It literally is not. Wait.
What are you... Marcos, are you even here right now?
Marcos is striking out.
Are you
dude.
even here?
He's about to code in the chair immediately. God,
I'm in the zone, man. I don't know.
Well, you
How's
know
that?
what?
Sorry.
What did
This
they say
podcast
in
not
the
sponsored by
social network? What did they say? He's plugged in, wired in.
Wired in.
I'm wired in.
He's wired. No, you're not. You're literally not.
Shut up.
Add that to the list of movies that
I'm
I
wired
haven't
in.
seen. Oh,
It's a good.
okay.
It's
I'm
a
wired
good.
in.
It's a. You're wired in. That's
I'm
still
wired
not.
in.
If anything, John is wired in.
Okay, for reference.
I'm wired in.
Okay, well,
Don't.
No, why?
We don't need reference because video.
Well,
I'm
right,
wired
but if
in.
it's gonna come out in an audio only format somewhere.
I'm wired in.
Thank
He's
you,
wired in.
Marcos, for taking the headphones from me and now being.
Cheyenne.
Cheyenne, do you have anything to contribute?
Dude,
Since I'm wearing the headphones.
I am so sorry.
No, that's fine.
Bruh,
shaking
when
your head
Cheyenne, when
That's-
Cheyenne said
You
that-
look
no,
distressed. Are you okay?
I was gonna say that low key, not like terrified, but like unnerved, like kind of, sort of scared and unsure deer in headlights look is exactly what we just got from our
John, do you want me to
producer.
pop something for the microphone for
No,
the podcast? I'm
not
gonna
even
do it.
remote. No.
Cheyenne,
and
why
no,
are you gaining that down?
No, don't.
Wait,
no,
hold on. Are
we're
we
just
talking
gonna-
about slating?
No, we
Yes.
don't need to slate it though.
Yeah, we do. We
Why-
got
why
video.
We got a video. We got a
Slay.
slate.
Oh god.
Sorry.
Why are we slating this
I mean, also, we're
20
Hold on.
minutes into the episode?
Oh Jesus,
I'm
we are
not-
20 minutes in, aren't we?
Please God.
When did we start?
Did you hear it? That's
no,
really sad.
thank God. He tried to pop his neck in front of my. Please no. Oh Jesus Christ.
This is an ASMR podcast.
This is literally not an ASMR podcast. Like, why?
Ooh.
Why are you the way that you are? If you rip ass in front of this microphone,
That would be really funny. But
I
I'm
would
not gonna
kill
do it.
you. I would end your life on the spot.
Marcos, please. My face is right here. Oh God,
Did you hear that, Cheyenne?
I
yeah,
felt
yeah,
that.
you did.
that sounds.
I felt that in my teeth.
Sounded
and that made
awful.
Me
Oh
viscerally
my God, that
uncomfortable.
hurt so much.
I bet. Jesus Christ.
God, you're trying to be a chiropractor over here.
I need a chiropractor.
I've been to one.
John,
It
what's your
actually,
thing?
Oh,
wait, no, I want to hear your chiropractor story because I want one. I
Well-
want a chiropractor to just destroy my back. My back hurts all the time.
Relatable content, which is why I've been to a chiropractor and a physical therapist. And let me tell you, that shit worked and was excellent for the
Like a day.
20 minutes that I was there,
Yeah.
and then for the preceding maybe month and a half. My back is on average a little bit better now that I've gone, and that was like a year and a half ago that I went, than it would have been beforehand. My neck is not at all better and arguably worse.
I want you to know that I am listening to you, but that shirt looks really good on you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
But that sucks. I'm sorry.
It was God. It was for me, really, because I have more neck issues than I have back issues for whatever fucking reason. He went in, or I went in. So excuse me, to the chiropractor on day one, and he was
Could easily be mine.
running his hands up and down my spine.
Ooh.
Stop.
What?
I paid him. That's illegal.
I don't
Did
know
you
that-
record it?
I don't think it is.
No. But if
If you
it was
didn't
recorded,
pay
then
him
it
for
was
the
just a
sexual
video.
act, then it doesn't count.
Yeah.
No, I did not fuck my Anyway, he was running.
So just to
his
clarify,
hands-
you did not
God,
have sex with a chiropractor.
I did not have sex with that man.
I did not.
Okay.
I did not.
It
have
is
sexual
bullshit.
relations
It is
with him.
not. Oh, hi, Cheyenne. He was trying to figure out where the problem spots in my spine were, and he got to my cerebral spine, with the portion of my spine that runs from the top of my shoulders to the back of my
Your
head.
neck.
Yeah, yes.
The
I
back
hate
of-
that you say cerebral spine.
It
It,
was-
seems
listen,
redundant to me.
okay,
But anyway, your neck.
Anyway, and he was like, "Oh yeah, that's all kind of out of whack," because he was like late 60s white man. He was like, "That was all kind of out of whack," and I was
That's really funny.
Wow.
He's talking to the urban youth.
Yeah.
That's
I
all
hate
kinds
that.
of out of whack.
"Oh my god."
Son.
So he was like, "I wonder if this will help. Tell me if this feels like it helps or if it hurts more than it helps." So he put his arms underneath my arms and put his thumbs underneath my jaw and then wrapped his fingers around the back of my head and then lifted up. And I swear to God, it was the most euphoric experience of my life.
That sounds
I didn't it was, I swear to God, I didn't realize how much like stress and tension there was and pressure there was in my neck 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, until that pressure wasn't there anymore. And I swear, dude,
Your head's heavy. Your head's like 10 pounds.
it is, and mine's probably closer to like 4.5, 5. Like there's no brain in here. It's just
No, shut up,
air.
Have you guys ever held a brain? I've held a brain before.
a real brain?
Not
Like
a
a real brain.
human
A real
one.
human brain.
No, not a human one.
I don't
Okay.
think that's an experience I want to have.
It's kind of weird. They're smaller than you think.
Yeah, I've seen a human brain.
They're like this
I
big.
didn't want to. Well, yeah,
They are.
Yeah, that's right.
I've held one.
Well, I wasn't gonna argue with that. I was like, that seems odd. But
I went to a
that's
cadaver
fair.
lab one time.
Interesting.
It was interesting, actually. My uncle was a med student, and he let us come with him, me and my sister, because we were like, we like learning. So
Right.
it was cool.
Fucking nerds.
Yeah, I had to wear scrubs and stuff. It was cool.
Dude,
Grey's Anatomy.
I didn't know that you could just buy scrubs at, like Target and shit. But you can definitely any.
You can buy scrubs on Amazon.
Yeah, if you
Well,
want
you can buy fucking anything on Amazon.
You
I
wanna-
could buy a liver on Amazon.
Probably
I doubt
not.
you
I
can.
absolutely could. I could go to
Uh,
Amazon Marketplace and order liver.
Do it right now.
Not a human liver. But I could
You're
order liver.
you're a silly wordplay. Yeah, if you want to play Grey's Anatomy, you totally can. Just get
No.
married to Grey. Meredith
You
Grey.
gave me
If I-
syphilis.
I mean, you want to know something funny? You want to, that's one of the shows that I torrented.
Oh my god.
12
Jesus
seasons.
Christ.
12 seasons.
All
Was it
12
worth it?
seasons?
After
There's
George
7.
died?
There's like 18.
Oh
No,
god.
absolutely not.
No, that you torrented it.
Was it worth it?
Was it worth it? When George died, did you feel like I should have done this?
No. I mean, I still have the 12th season on my computer.
Of course.
Too.
This, God, this is why we can't have nice things.
No.
Yes, I'm big silly.
No, I was gonna say, I was thinking of things to bring up to you fine gentlemen on the podcast this evening, and if you know me, you're well aware that my brain jumps from thing to thing like bolts of lightning, dude. It's ridiculous. If I like linearly graphed out my thought process, it would look like a tree branch. It's stupid.
I get distracted by shiny things, so I get it.
Yeah, it's basically that, but like the shiny things are in my head. It's really weird. So I was obviously struggling to come up with a single concrete idea of what to discuss with you, and then Marcos and I were walking from his house to
Which is also Elijah's house.
That is also Elijah's house. He
I
does
also live in that house that they were walking from.
Yep, that is confirmed.
I pay rent in that house as well. Yeah.
You also pay utilities in that house.
I pay for the internet. That is my main.
I paid
job.
you, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you paid me.
And we happened to pass going across the crosswalk, crossing a street. We passed a rug, not like a mat or like it might have looked a little like a bath mat, but we thought it was just a section of rug.
It was rug.
Right. And I was like, how the hell did this just get here? And we were discussing, I was like, I could probably come up with just like for 15 minutes, just vamp and come up with a background and a story of how this rug got here.
Tell me how the rug got there, John.
Actually, as a counterpoint to that, I would like the two of you to come up with a story as to how that rug got there. How did that rug get there?
I have no idea.
I want to know.
I don't even know what rug you're talking about.
That's what makes it magical.
So here,
All right, Marcus, you go first.
Context. There was a rug, probably about like this much. It's just
about
like a
3
feet.
a
rug that you
Not
would
like
put in
a
front of a
doormat?
door or something. Not like a doormat, like bigger.
Oh.
Like it was a bigger section.
Like a
of the
runner.
rug.
It was like
Sure, like a runner, I guess.
Okay.
And it was on University Street.
Okay.
Right there by like the corner of where the marathon is.
Yeah. Okay.
And it was very dirty. And it was folded in half. Presumably because it fell.
Okay. And then was it small? Is it a small rug?
No, it was like from the edge of that rug to like here. So like if you cut this rug here, it was about that big.
Right.
Yeah.
It had to
That's
be
okay.
like
So
3
it's
or 4
kind
feet
of
long.
okay. So it's
It was like 4 feet.
like the size of a really large towel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The size of a beach
Yes.
towel.
Yeah.
But it was a rug.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
The beach towel rug. How did it get there?
Well, no, you go first, Marcos.
Well, I like to think that rug was in a family home, and they had presumably a dog, maybe some small children, and
I already don't.
a horrible fire happened,
Oh Jesus!
and everyone in that house died.
Oh my God!
The dog too.
So
What
how
is
the
that?
hell does
No.
the
Hold
the
on,
dog?
wait, stop. In every unfortunate event, there is a crime scene cleanup crew, right? Now, this rug happened to be in the one room in the house that did not burn. The basement. 'Cause fire rises. We learned that from Batman, right? The fire rises. The fire rises.
Which Batman?
Okay.
Batman, the one with Bane. I can't think of
Dark
the name.
Knight Rises?
Dark Knight Rises. The fire rises.
What the-
Yes, the fire rises.
What is that?
Anyway, Bane puts on a mask and says the fire rises. Anyway, fire rises. That's just facts.
Yes.
That's just a statistical fact that we all know now.
Marcus is
Fire
touching me
rises.
right now.
Cheyenne, fire rises. Okay.
Thank you for the thumbs
So,
up.
in the basement, everything is mostly untouched. There's like some toys and shit. The dog bed was down there. I don't know why the dog didn't just run out of the house, but he was dumb. He was a dumb and loyal dog. He stayed there to the end. So the crime scene cleanup crew comes in, scoops up all the, they have to pick up all the debris and dead bodies and shit. And they go down to the basement and they notice that it's mostly fine. Some charring, what happens, it gets hot. So they have to redo this whole house now because it's mostly ashes and a basement.
Right, because the first goal after getting to that kind of a crime scene is the reconstruction of the building.
Well, I mean, after it's all cleaned up, yes.
Okay.
So someone has to clean up all that stuff.
Right.
And so that means that they have to get rid of all the shit that was there. All the ash and debris and toys and dog beds.
And the rug.
And rugs and carpeting.
Specifically.
Now, how do you get a carpet off of the floor?
Well, you pick it up.
Not a carpet, a rug. That's a rug. Well, are we talking about
It was
carpet
a
or
carpet.
rug?
It was a piece of carpet.
Oh, it was a piece of carpet?
Yes.
I thought it was a rug, okay.
Well, maybe it was rug.
Well,
I'm saying it's carpet.
Okay, it's
Anyway.
carpet.
So, how do you get carpet off of the floor, John?
Well,
You have to cut it.
out.
You have to cut it out.
Right.
You have to cut it out. So that is why the strip was so narrow. It was in the corner. They had to cut it. Now, I've worked in some construction jobs. Do you know what you do with debris once you're done with it? You take it to a landfill or a dump of some kind. Usually those trucks are fucking full.
Okay.
I've ridden in some of them. They're scary.
I'm gonna imagine that you're in the back of one. That's just my headcanon
No.
now. I feel like it's incredibly dangerous.
Before.
But like,
It
that's
is
just my
very
head.
dangerous. Also, scooping rock, 10 out of 10. Love that activity. I don't. I hate it so much. I'm never fucking roofing again. I've resigned myself to that. Right. So they take all the debris and shit from the house, and you know the rug is in the uncharred mess. So it's it's one of the last things to go in the truck. So they just kind of throw it on top.
Right.
Now the truck is it's a big diesel truck.
Right.
It's bumpy and shit. It does this.
Right.
And it bounced off. And that's how it got there.
That's very interesting.
And it got run over a couple times.
The imagery was
Superfluous.
like I was really there.
That's how the rug got there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was just, I don't know. That's a really vivid image
I'm
in my
glad
head,
that-
and
yeah,
frankly,
You set the bar. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That God.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Gentlemen.
For
No,
I'm processing all of that stuff.
Mm.
That's such a moving
it is.
story.
It's very.
Honestly.
it's very sad.
Yeah. It was
Yeah,
pretty-
that poor
was
rug.
pretty sad.
It
No,
lost
not the-
everything.
not the rug.
It lost everything.
Family.
All of its rug
think of the
friends
family,
in the
John.
Okay,
People.
well,
The human.
And the
being.
dog.
okay.
Human
You're gonna make me
beings.
cry with the dog. You better
The
knock
dog
that shit
burned
out.
to death.
People
Marcos,
Like that
people
one movie
are alive.
that we watched, the Wes Anderson movie.
Isle of
one?
Dogs.
Yeah, that one.
But he didn't die.
The dog didn't die.
No.
What?
Were you not paying attention in Isle of Dogs?
But that one dog died.
The robot
The dog in the
dog.
cage. No, the dog in the cage died.
Yeah, the dog in the cage died, but that wasn't
didn't
the
burn to
dog
death.
though.
I understand that.
Yeah, no, we're in two different parts of the movie.
A lot
right
of
now.
I presume that a lot of dogs died in that movie.
I feel
Not in the making of that film though.
A lot of dog. It was animated. A lot of
It was
dog.
stop motion.
Yes, the dog that was in the cage in the beginning of the movie. Not in the beginning. The dog that was in the cage when they found the
Act
cage.
one.
Yes,
That
It's
dog
not.
died.
that dog died.
That dog had a family
That dog.
and a life.
Well, that dog got
Probably.
kicked out of its family and got moved to Dog Island.
The
Dog
dog.
Isle of Dogs.
Do you think they deserved it?
Not even
the
remotely.
dogs?
Yeah.
No.
No,
What?
people deserve that.
Literally,
Also.
the plot of the movie is that the dogs don't deserve it. That's the plot of the movie.
I'm gonna.
That's
be
not the
honest.
plot of the movie.
Marcos
I didn't
riffs
really
on me
pay
a lot
attention.
for not watching or not giving
That's
real
just- No, I
two
watched
shits
it.
about movies.
I watched it
and
and I
then
paid
bullshit like
attention.
this.
The ending though, it lost me.
The ending was I liked the ending. It was okay. That was one. Isle of Dogs did it. It had me till the ending, or I won't say it. I remember a lot less about the
Had
end.
me.
I remember a lot less about the ending than any other part of the movie.
Because I was like, Jesus Christ, this movie's dark, and then I just kind of disassociated after the robot dogs came in.
Yeah,
That's right.
like after the climax of the movie, like when they're talking about the resolution and I forgot the guy's name.
Yeah.
The little pilot is what they call him. I forgot I after he takes his
kid or whatever.
it's his uncle through marriage, I think, or something.
Right, the one that wanted to kill him.
The one who
The fuck
basically did the order. It was, I don't know. It was a good movie. I liked it. It
was okay.
It was all right. Yeah,
I just don't really.
I need to watch it again.
That's fair.
But
Anyway, the rug.
This has been a great episode of the Isle of Dog podcast.
Is that what you're calling it?
No,
That's
it
the
was
name
a
you're
joke
settling on?
because Jesus.
We still have
fuck.
we have to circle back to that. You know
We're-
that, right?
Okay.
this is a
What
This is a,
realistically, what I'm trying to think of a good name, because the whole point is
I think-
obvious, clearly.
I
Just
think the mansplaining is a good name.
No.
Come on, man. It's
Sucio
funny.
Boys.
It's
I'm
funny.
not naming the podcast Sucio Boys.
Good, because Desus and Mero would come after us legally.
Yes,
It's-
they would.
I think that's the best option we have, and I think that it's funny.
Mansplaining?
Yeah, I think it's funny.
Mansplaining with John Glodden.
Yes, that's. So
I think
funny.
that's so.
you realize
fucking
that
funny, John.
nobody is going to listen to that. Like
Why?
if I put that up on
A lot of people
Spotify
would listen.
or
I would
on
listen
my
to it. I'd be like, that's perplexing.
let me rephrase.
I don't-
The kind of people that I want to listen to my content are not going to
Well,
be the people.
when the people that you don't want to listen to your content, they will realize, oh, this kid's a feminist, and then they'll move on. But the people that are like, this is kind of like, this is an edgy joke.
Edgy. Edge. Ow, the edge.
I think we're towing the line just a tad.
Towing
of
what line?
Edgy and kind of sort of offensive.
I hate
Kind of,
fishing,
sort of.
so towing lines is not my thing.
Listen here, man. I just think it's funny because we're men and we're explaining.
Yeah, we're.
But
now
okay,
I'm gonna be honest.
but
I
at the
hate the
same-
word mansplaining,
I think
but
it's
it's
dumb.
funny.
I hate
It's
men.
it's.
fine.
I hate men.
Here's my.
I hate men.
All
Additionally-
men should die.
The studio producer for this show is an female. Multiple of the future guests on this show will be females.
Yes.
I cannot, in good conscience, name the podcast that.
Then
word.
come up with a better name.
Then
That's
come up with
why-
a better name. That's the
Cheyenne,
best
do you
name
have
we
any
got.
input on the name?
Cheyenne, what should we name this podcast?
No. Do you think mansplaining with John Gloden is funny? Do you think it's funny? Don't ask if it's I'm not asking if it's good. Is it funny?
We're waiting for it.
Kind
of.
Don't just nah.
Kind
at me.
Nah. I mean, okay.
I
Yeah.
want
I get it, I get it.
It's not the
anticipation.
best. It's not the best name that we could have. Yeah.
Well, John, you put us on
I
the
think it's
spot.
funny.
You know, like, what are we gonna call this podcast?
Well, that's the whole point. Is I'm not sure.
Okay.
We can't name it on the spot. That's a game show.
It is.
Yes, it's a game show.
Wait. On the spot.
What about Johnny on the spot?
I am not
That's a
ripping
saying.
the name from
Johnny
my
on the
podcast
spot.
from
There's-
a Grand Theft Auto 5 online dialogue line from some dick.
That's
What?
not.
No, that's a-
that
that
is
is
a
a-
saying. That is a saying
Yeah, that's
from a
for
long
a
time
porta
ago.
potty.
That's a saying.
What?
It's a Johnny on the spot. The porta
Also-
potties move.
Oh my god.
Also, that's just a normal saying. That's just a saying that
Johnny
people
on the spot.
say.
That's
That is.
John jumped over the candlestick.
Not what?
there's literally no.
No,
Oh,
Cheyenne.
Jack Flash
Oh,
jumped over the candlestick.
We're not
Doesn't
naming
apply. Sorry.
Yeah,
God.
you're. Yeah.
I guess you could change it. You know, like wordplay and such.
I just think
I don't have the brain cells for this.
Bad takes.
bad takes. Bad takes.
That's the title of my autobiography.
Oh,
not.
dude.
You're gonna write an autobiography. Why?
Someone
Now? Nothing's happened yet. No, I mean
You're
that.
not-
Nothing in
I
the
mean that in the
20
most
years of
respect-
existence I've had on this earth has happened.
I'm just saying. I mean that in the most respectful way possible.
No, I mean it
I
disrespectful.
mean this in the most
we're really
respectful way
young.
possible. In the 20 years that you've been depriving this earth and its inhabitants of vital oxygen and resources, nothing in your life has come to any amalgamation of worth or sustenance whatsoever. Fuck you. Quit taking up my
No, I'm
precious
just saying.
John, that was really sad.
I'm just
How
saying.
was that sad?
What do you mean? How was that sad?
I'm just saying. Like I feel like the only people who should write autobiographies
Or autobiographers.
are like authors shouldn't do it because no. I mean,
Content creators should not.
And all, you know, I mean, well, it
God.
depends on what you mean by content creator, like internet.
Yeah, no. Internet
I
content
think
creator,
PewDiePie
like,
should write an autobiography.
I
I
think-
would write it for him.
would
I'd-
you?
I'd
That's
read
not
it.
an autobiography. That's just a biography.
That's a biography then. But
No, it can be like the
A ghost-
Like, it could be
a
like the
ghost-
Malcolm X biography with blah blah blah. I forget the dude's name.
a ghost written autobiography.
Yeah.
That sounds silly.
Like Drake.
Yeah.
I just
What do you think of ghostwriting?
Okay, you're asking the one person who
What do you
has
think of
there
ghostwriting?
we go.
what do I
There we
think?
go.
What do we think of ghostwriting? I think it is fine. I mean, if you own up to it, don't lie about it. You know,
Yeah.
But isn't the premise of ghostwriting that it's
that's lying.
right that you're taking the credit as entirely your own?
Well, okay,
or not acknowledging the
That's
the
true.
writers that worked on that. On
Okay.
that
But it's not
track or
like
whatever.
it's not like Drake is like, hey, write this verse for me and I'll credit you, and then he does it. He's like, hey, write this verse for me and I'm not gonna credit you, but I'm gonna pay you money. Is that okay? And then what's his name, Quentin Miller or whatever his name
Yeah.
is. He's like, all right, yes.
Sounds
and then
good.
It literally like they're okay with it, so I guess it's not that big of a deal to me. Fuck it, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? If you don't write your own stuff, do it.
That's fair.
If you
I
don't,
think-
I think in
I'm sorry,
Go
not
ahead.
to interrupt you. I think that to like get over that, you have to actually freestyle.
What do you mean?
Like if I don't think, not to say that Drake is bad,
Yeah,
But-
because he's not. No, he's like actually like he can spit,
he's decent.
but like he would lose in a rap battle. I'm
Yeah.
90% confident.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. I can't see him. He's too. He's like the most. He's
like he could go against Chocolate Drop, like the Kevin Hart alter
okay.
ego, and still lose.
Kevin Hart.
Yeah, Kevin Hart could probably rap better than Drake. I think he can.
I bet he could.
Yeah, he definitely can.
What a garbage human being.
Yeah, I know.
Kevin Hart?
Yeah.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
Because he's small?
Because
Wow.
he cheated on his wife twice.
Oh, yeah.
Martin
I
Luther
forgot
King
about that.
cheated on Coretta, so.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Oh, shit. Fuck.
No, it's a bleep. It's a bleep.
I said it isolated, so it's fine. Fuck. Fuck. I tried so hard. Fuck. Okay. Yeah.
Oh my god.
But yeah, no. Kevin Hart's a bad person because he cheated on his wife. Is that why?
No. Well,
why
that's
don't you
part
like
of
him?
it? But he's, I don't know. It's
Is it because he's like only kind of funny?
he's not even funny
What?
to me
He's
anymore.
funny.
He was funny at one point to me.
I feel like everybody was funny.
Right, like he falls into the category of comedians for me as in the same category as like Gabriel Iglesias and like Jeff Dunham, people that at one point I
Easy
thought,
money.
huh?
What?
I hate you.
Thank you.
People at some point that I thought were funny or that I would laugh at their jokes or they were entertaining or whatever. Like I have multiple.
Oh,
But your taste has just changed.
I think Kevin Hart's humor is very like high school humor.
I mean, your
Well,
taste has just changed, I guess.
I don't know that my
probably.
taste has changed as much as his style and his content has gotten old. It's very repetitive now, I think.
That's a lot of
So
short
that
jokes.
means you.
It's a lot of short jokes. It's
So
a lot of the N-word every
that
2
means
seconds,
you
and that's
changed.
essentially no, because
So your taste has changed.
No,
Your taste
then-
has
No,
changed.
you
Not
are
that my
saying that
taste
your
is-
taste has changed. John.
No, okay.
He hasn't
okay.
changed.
So like if I
Nothing about his
have,
comedy has changed.
So that means
no,
you changed.
I'm not saying that that his content has
This
changed.
is called growth.
Oh my god.
It's-
My point is the fact that it's not changed is exactly why it's not funny anymore. There's no
Yeah, that's
variation.
fine.
There's
That's
no growth
fair.
of the content.
I agree. I mean, I think that
You guys are fucking gonna force me to name this podcast mansplaining.
Yeah, no, because you're gonna. I'm not gonna force you to do it.
I just think it would be really, really funny.
It would be so funny, especially if you had female guests on the show. That'd be so
That
funny.
would be so.
If I was a female
Fucked.
guest, I'd be like, question number 1 is like, why is this named this?
And then you could just blame it on us.
I'll be here.
You will be here.
Sucio boys. I don't know.
Oh Jesus.
I plan on coming back.
You will be back.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Who?
What do you mean maybe?
This is racist.
This
is racist behavior.
Fun fact, we hate brown people here.
Yeah, we're all white people.
For any of the audio-only listeners,
We're all white
we are
people.
all brown.
We're
We
all
are
white
brown.
people.
Like to-
We're
Elijah,
all white
shut
people.
the fuck up.
I'm white. I'm a white
You are
person.
making our studio producer very uncomfortable right now.
I'm oh, what am I?
She
oh,
doesn't give a fuck.
oh,
She's
what?
like, what do you mean?
Bro, she's on Twitter.
What? What? Your culture isn't a costume, Cheyenne? Is that what you're gonna say? Is that what you're gonna say to me?
Oh my fuck.
I'm sorry. That was fucked up. That's a fucked up thing to say.
My culture
Jesus
actually is a costume.
Christ.
What do you mean?
Sometimes, like my culture gets costumes. A
Which
lot.
one?
Mexican.
I was gonna
Okay,
say,
of course.
like, yeah.
I mean, how can you be a Dominican? Get some Dominoes out.
Oh Christ.
That was my only one. That's the only thing I got for Dominicans. I'm gonna be honest. That's the only thing I got.
Or plantains.
God.
But I feel like that's just a
bachata.
Caribbean thing. Plantains.
You're saying.
No, I mean I'm not
90%.
saying I'm not.
Marcos,
You know.
like 90% of our audience at this point is probably going to be white people, and half the words that you just said they're not gonna know.
Bachata is a dance.
Do you think they
Plantains are plantains. Google it.
Plantain. You're gonna hate me for
Okay,
saying this.
congratulations,
Plantain
your
like
culture.
banana.
I appreciate your existence.
They're
Thank you.
similar.
They are.
They're similar.
They. That's what I was about to say before you
Plantain-
interrupted me.
Oh, sorry.
Rudely.
Plantains.
I'm
banana.
Plantain
fucking with
banana.
you. Plantain banana. Yeah, plantains are just different bananas.
Yeah, plantain chips are.
A different
They go hard.
species of
I'm
banana.
gonna say it. Plantain chips go hard, and I've only had the plain ones, but I want.
I got the lime ones like a month ago.
I want
those
the
are pretty
various tastes and variants. I
Do you
want
guys
the
like
flavors.
Takis?
I don't know that I've had Takis.
They're
I've heard good things.
They're alright.
but I don't know
They're
that I've
okay.
Do you like
Takis are
hot
okay.
Cheetos?
What, Cheyenne? You like
Cheyenne
Takis?
likes I bet
Do
you
you
an
like
ally.
Cheetos?
You're an ally.
Cheyenne
Stop.
is hot chip girl. She is hot. Cheyenne is hot Cheetos girl.
Oh my god.
she
Do you guys like new hot Cheeto girls, right?
what?
Like you've actually experienced.
Oh,
that.
I have
oh,
not.
dude.
Yeah.
I have never experienced that in my life.
This might sound really insensitive, but my school was like 80% black. So yeah, we knew hot Cheeto girl.
I did not.
My school
I
was like
obs-
90, like 80% white. So like there were only a couple hot Cheeto girls,
Hot
and they
Cheeto
stood
girl.
out.
I don't
Oh,
know.
of
I'm
course.
gonna be
Oh,
real.
dude.
My graduating class in high school was 350 something people. My entire high school population was like 1,500 people. I was one of 6 people of color in my high school when I graduated. I have literally no idea what you're talking about right now.
Hot
Cheeto
Cheeto girl?
Vaguely,
You
like
know
I have a vague perception or idea what that is. But outside
I'll pull
Yeah,
up the
yeah,
meme. I'll pull up the meme. You
It's
explain.
like this girl who thinks she's edgy because she likes hot Cheetos, and she's very loud.
okay.
I
I feel like that's incredibly.
I know you don't fit the mold.
Where
Cheyenne.
that was a joke. That was a,
It's funny because that's kind of the antithesis of your personality.
Antithesis. Say it correctly.
The antithesis. Shut up. It's fine.
antithesis.
Antithesis. Yeah.
The
So like,
antithesis.
I don't know. Hot
Christ.
Cheeto girl is like loud and just like, frankly,
Obnoxious.
annoying.
You can read that meme if
Oh,
you
God.
want. Yeah.
Hot Cheeto girl starter pack. Can I take a picture of your paper? Crunch noise. Usually this type or the lime ones. Talks loudy, long crusty acrylic fingernails.
Ew.
Obsessed with hoop earrings. Has an A in art and the rest are C's, D's, and F's. Usually Mexican or black. That's true.
That's unfortunate.
Her boyfriend goes to a different school. Cheeto finger. God, this teacher is so annoying. She doesn't even know how to teach. Always has a messy bun, and they laugh like. Yeah, exactly.
I knew so many hot Cheeto girls in my high school. Oh my
Hot
god,
Cheeto? Hot Cheeto girl.
that is insane.
Like,
that is unfortunate.
not to be like typecasting the hot Cheeto girl, but the
We'll
hot
go ahead
Cheeto
and
girl
typecast.
is ratchet,
She a ratchet. Oh
or
my
at least she
God.
thinks she's ratchet.
They're all hot
But like
Cheeto
when she
girls.
gets in a fight, she loses.
I feel like. Never mind.
What?
Hot
I
Cheeto
was
girl.
gonna. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was gonna say. I feel like
That
we
is-
shouldn't be
yeah,
like.
That's yeah.
it's the white girls who do their baby hairs.
Yes. They get the edge glue,
That is
and
unfortunate.
edge gel, and they with the toothbrush.
I'm gonna be real. This is pseudo on topic. I am not a fan of hot Cheetos.
That's okay.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, like I like them.
It's one of the many things that like it's a culinary nightmare of it's supposed to be hot, but it's the recipe or the formula for it is not designed to taste good. It like the spice part of it is just like it's hot, it's spicy, yes, but it doesn't taste good. The spices and stuff that they added were done so with no like thought towards like
I thought you just said you'd never had hot Cheetos.
I've had them. I don't like them.
Okay.
Like
I'm
there
gonna
was
tell you
no
why you're wrong.
there was no thought. It's like the hotter you go with Taco Bell sauce. It's like they get hotter, yes, but they stop tasting good.
No.
They get hotter for the sake
No.
of being hotter.
No. Hot Cheetos taste exactly like regular Cheetos, but with like more salt and a little bit of spice.
Yeah, like the only time that they get hot to me is when you get like the hottest ones,
Yeah.
and like you feel it
Like
a
nitro
bit.
or whatever.
But like the normal ones,
They're like-
I've at this point
Oh,
in my
maybe the
life,
nitro
I
ones were
am.
the only ones I had because I'm not kidding. I didn't taste anything but the burning sensation.
Were they red? What-
They were like dark red.
Okay, yeah, you probably had the nitro ones.
Yeah.
The hot Cheetos are like stupid red. Like it's like obviously a red food dye.
Yeah.
So they just took
And, like, it
Cheetos, added
stains
a
your
little bit
fingers.
of like chili powder, and then just dumped
Not
them
it's
in
not
red
chili
40,
powder. It's
and
like
that's it.
like some weird acid or something. But I don't know. Like
Yeah,
they
the acid
like they
shit.
tingle a little bit, but they're not like hot.
Yeah, no,
Right.
I can, not that I would, but like I could eat a whole bag of them and
I
be
have.
fine. Like you know.
I was high as
I would
shit, but
like
I
to
did
see
it.
I mean,
that.
I mean, hot Cheetos. I don't know. I like hot Cheetos. I think they're all right. I think they're all right.
Not my-
They're not my go. Are they my go-to
Right.
chip?
They're not my go-to. Are they? That's a
I don't
whole
know.
other thing. That's a whole other thing right there. Are Cheetos or like puff snacks, etc., are those considered a chip? I would argue no.
Well,
Why?
what are their ingredients? I mean,
Well, that's the question: is what
well,
what
Cheetos are
constitutes
it's
a
like
chip?
corn.
Right.
well, then they're corn chips.
But they're even the not like
Are
Cheetos
tortilla
puffs
chips not
ones.
chips?
Yes, they're chips, but that's the difference for me. Is like
That they're puffy.
they're puffed, right? Like
So they're
the
not chips.
So they're
right, they're puff
So
snacks or what the
are
fuck ever.
pork rinds chips?
I would say no.
No, I would say no.
I would say no. Like shit, like pork rinds, like bugles. They're not the same thing, of course, but like
I would say
pork rinds.
Bugles are a chip.
Are they
What?
though? I don't know.
I think that's kind of like saying Chex Mix is chips.
Chex Mix
Chex
is
Mix is
absolutely.
chips.
It's literally not chip.
They have chips in
right.
the Chex
They
Mix,
have
but
the
not
rye
the,
chips
like,
in
you
them,
know.
but Chex Mix in
First
and
of all,
itself.
the rye chip, worst part of the Chex Mix.
What?
Wow, that's silly.
I would like to go on record that particularly in this circle, in this friend group, I am normally the one with
Bad takes. You have bad opinions.
Subjectively the unpopular opinion when it comes to certain
Which
areas.
means bad.
Shh, it's
Okay.
fine. I'm not gonna acknowledge it, but I'm not gonna say you're wrong. I'm normally the one with the outstanding take there, but I think you're just objectively wrong this go around. The
Yeah,
rye
I don't
chips
know.
are just scientifically fact. They're one of the best parts of chips.
Yeah.
I like them. They're just the worst part of the
See,
Chex Mix
you were
experience.
okay there until the second half of that sentence where you just started lying.
No, dude.
You just
I
started
don't think they're.
objectively
I
lying to
don't
my
know.
face on this
I
podcast.
mean, I'm not a huge Chex Mix guy anyway.
That's fair. They get very fucking salty very quickly. Like
Yeah,
I can do
I-
a couple of bites
you
of
know,
Chex
I-
Mix, and I'm
Really?
like,
I could eat Chex Mix forever.
well, I used like God, fuck. When I would go to marching band competitions in high school because I did marching band. I would fucking just take big ass fucking bags of Chex with me.
Yeah,
with
like
me.
the family thing.
Right, and I would go through like half of it in like 2 hours.
The bold Chex Mix.
I don't know if that ever happened.
Why? Why is he like this?
I don't.
Why is he?
This
Well,
isn't.
Marcos is getting.
Why do you do
leaving.
this? John,
What do
why
you
do you
mean?
do this
It
to
was not my choice to
I just
not
like
have or
how are you
experience
this
certain
uncultured?
things.
I don't think.
Jesus fuck.
I don't think we did.
Uncultured. What about
Uncultured?
bold Chex? Oh my
Yeah,
god.
that's a good one. That's a good name.
Cheyenne, what do you think of Uncultured?
That's a good name.
The Uncultured podcast.
No,
She's
yeah.
shaking her head.
Yeah, she's
Oh,
not. Yeah.
Fuck me.
Yeah, that's what you gotta call it. You gotta call it that.
Am I calling it the Uncultured podcast or just Uncultured?
Uncultured, maybe.
I feel like uncultured. Then the name of it is uncultured, but you would
But
say
refer
the
to it as it is the unpod.
yeah, that's what. Yeah.
I think that's good.
That's a funny.
like
name.
that
I feel
name.
like there's probably already like a dozen podcasts with that name, but like,
Yeah.
Probably.
but who gives
This
a
one's
shit?
different.
Who
I was gonna
cares?
say,
This one's
at
different.
what
Yeah, there's
point
two
is
brown
there
people.
ever?
I mean, if you
There's
really need
three
to,
of
you could
us.
just say
if you-
uncultured.
Just two consistent brown people.
Okay.
Yeah,
I feel like Elijah will be fairly consistent.
Yeah.
yeah. I don't really have anything to
Elijah ain't the
do
co-host, though.
usually, so
I'll add another go. Every
Shit,
new
dude,
person.
do it.
I feel like that's all right. Okay. Well, I feel like if you have 3 people, then there's no use in having guests.
Right, because it's one guest every week for the same thing.
Yeah, so I think I'm okay with just being.
I'm yeah,
okay with being here
a
more than
frequent
once. though.
flyer, but not necessarily every episode.
Yeah,
He getting his miles in.
I don't know what.
That's
Listen,
true.
what the
He's
hell
gonna
is
be able to
frequent?
afford
What the hell? How
a
do you
flight to Anderson from here.
a flight to Anderson? Why the fuck would you fly to Anderson?
Why would you go to Anderson?
The Nestle man. The Nestle bunny. Is that in Anderson?
Yes, kind of. It's
It's like outside of Anderson, right?
it's like Southwest Anderson. It's because the town that I'm from is literally a 10-minute drive. It's an exit down from the Anderson, the southernmost Anderson exit.
Wow.
Like I have to pass that on my way to school from my house.
I do too.
Like,
I have to pass
It-
that as well.
is it like it's kind of?
It's an
Anderson.
icon. at
Yeah.
best.
No,
What?
No. the Nestle bunny is silly.
No, forget that Nestle is horribly racist and they use like child slave labor.
Whoa, what?
What?
You guys didn't know that?
No.
No.
How do you?
Shit, now I gotta start drinking Ovaltine instead of Nestle.
Ovaltine? What are you, from 1955? What the fuck is wrong with you? Are you in the movie A Christmas Story?
Oh my god.
Ralphie. Ralphie. I want a Red Rider, well, whatever the hell he says.
Shoot your
BB
eye
gun.
out,
You're gonna
kid.
shoot your eye out, kid. That's what you're gonna do. You're drinking Ovaltine? Little Orphan Annie looking ass. What the fuck is wrong with you? What is? Don't ever say that stupid shit to me again. Is
Oh my
Ovaltine
God.
still a thing?
Elijah just got very.
Is that
very
even? I
upset.
don't even
Based
think.
on John's answer, I'm going to say probably.
What? Is Ovaltine still a thing?
Yes.
Is it?
I'm not sure. I'm
That, it's
familiar
old as
with it.
hell.
I'm familiar.
My dad
with
used to
it.
drink that shit when he was a kid. He's not that old. He's like 53, but still, fucking, come on.
It's fine. Listen, I'm the motherfucker that's over here listening. Like, my preferred genre of music is like.
Elevator music.
Shut the
That's-
fuck! I will hurt
It
you.
is.
Hey,
dude. I like
hey.
jazz. I like jazz. But
It's not.
No, John.
They don't play Coltrane in elevators, my
John,
dude. That
John,
shit is.
I
no.
understand that. Coltrane is amazing. I love Coltrane. But, like,
Getting
listen,
heated.
jazz as sad as it is, it gets lumped in with the uninteresting music to
Only
the large
because
majority
people
of people.
decide to be uncultured enough to lump it in
You're
and
right.
not listen to it in its
I
entirety.
feel like jazz as a whole is pretty, it's a wide range of music.
Yeah.
It is an incredibly wide range of music.
I think it's a very wide range of music, but it's also very recognizable when you hear it. To label it as
a specific genre
as jazz.
of it, right?
But
People
like when you hear specific genres,
swing eighth notes and a saxophone and go, well, that's elevator music because that's jazz.
Well, okay,
Like,
if you hear like big band jazz music from like the 20s and shit, you're not gonna say that's elevator music because it's not.
Yeah.
Objectively, that is not. Frank Sinatra is not elevator music.
It's like.
That's like.
And I think it's partially just because music got whitewashed.
It
But like
really
it's
did,
like
first
bar
of all.
music.
It's like bar. I would
bar,
say cool
ball
jazz.
music.
Cool jazz.
I don't even think it's cool jazz.
Well-
It's something completely different. Jazz is fucking cool, dude.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a specific kind of subgenre or genre of jazz that is cool jazz. And that style, I think, is largely what got co-opted and put in elevators and shit.
I'm just mad that white people stole brown people's music.
What's new?
Nothing.
Honestly.
It makes me mildly angry.
It
Not that I don't think they progressed it in any way, because
I mean, they had the
Let's-
money,
let's
so
be
they,
real.
you know,
They
they
had money.
obviously.
predominantly, I would say, correct me if I am wrong. I would say that like rock and roll, like early rock and roll to classic rock. I don't know about modern rock because I don't listen to a ton of it. Is predominantly like the big artists in original like rock and roll and classic rock are predominantly white artists.
Wait,
yes.
wait. What's the
Yeah.
question again?
So-
It's spaced out.
Like
I also kind of
old
missed the
school
question
like rock and roll, beginning of rock and roll, and like classic rock and that progression.
Well,
are
there. Like Buddy Holly.
Yes.
Buddy Holly,
Predominantly
that's,
white artists
That's
in that
not
genre.
even. I mean, that's rockabilly, but okay.
okay. But
Which I guess
that-
it's
you
still
know,
it's still
so
rock, but it's still
Rock
you know.
started because white people just stole slave songs.
They stole jazz. Yes. If
Jazz,
you
They
listen,
stole blues,
jazz,
jazz.
blues, and country.
yes. Like that's,
And also, hold on,
listen
hold
to a
on,
classic
hold
rock
on.
song.
Mozart
It
was
is
black.
literally a 2-5-1
No,
progression.
God damn it! There's not
Dude,
really.
I convinced Earl that he was today.
He really did too.
Dead ass.
It's not even that
Lied to his
Mozart's
face.
black. It's that Beethoven's black, and there's not even enough sufficient evidence to say that. Either way, but as far as rock goes, and I get, I don't know that much, even though I'm taking the class. I don't know what the hell's going on. But
Right.
as far as there's not really one specific point or artist that's like, yep, that's rock and roll. It's I mean
Yeah.
it's like
It's a lot of different influences.
Like-
Yeah.
melded into it.
like of course.
And granted, they like put their own style on it.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean,
and it
like-
just kind of evolved from there. But like,
Yeah.
they still kind of jacked their
Like
shit.
the
Oh no, they definitely did. I mean, there are old R&B records made by black people were called race records. I
Yeah.
mean, and
Yeah.
you know, they basically they were independent rock, independent record labels and stuff. They would like buy them and play them and blah 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 blah
Right.
fucking blah. I don't really remember the beginning of that class, but I know that at a certain point there were certain people who were very progressive in that they would play the black people
Yeah.
music. The black people music. They would play it for white people, and white people were like, "Wow, that sounds really good." And then white people who had
They're
the
like,
money to make
Oh
that
my
music.
god, a black person made this? I hate it.
No,
All
no,
right,
no. The
all
people, no.
right,
The
all
people,
right.
We need to change it and make it white.
the people who, the white people who really liked that music were like, "Well, I want to make that music because
Yeah.
it sounds good."
Yeah.
So then they did, and they had money to do so.
And
Right.
that's
You know.
how we got the Beatles.
So
I was gonna ask actually because that kind of brings me back to my question or to the
Obviously,
question I was
that's a gross
formulating.
overestimation. But
Well,
okay.
right, but like if I just said to you classic rock or rock and roll, what is the first artist?
oh,
that
well,
comes to your
if you
head?
say classic rock, then
When you say classic rock, I think of like yacht rock, because that's what my dad listened to.
Okay.
when you say, because rock and roll, when I think of rock and roll, I think of 60s rock. I think of Rolling Stones,
Amazing.
Beatles, the
Jimi
Animals.
Hendrix.
Yeah, yeah.
Jimi Hendrix is psych rock. No, not rock and roll.
But
If anything,
say-
blues. I will
That's
I'll
fair.
give
That's
Jimi
fair.
Hendrix blues because basically
Yeah.
that's like a lot of his. I mean, his style was just blues, but like really loud and then really fast.
Blues,
blues
but
really
really
loud and
loud.
really fast, which is not
right,
no,
right.
But
I mean, you listen to a lot more rock music than I do.
That is definitely true.
I guess I don't know, maybe.
Because if to me, if I say, cause you're right, there's a distinction there between
Yeah.
classic rock and rock and roll. If I say, or if someone says to me, rock and roll, the first two artists that come to my head are the Beatles and Elvis. for whatever reason.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean,
can
the
see
King of
why.
Rock, so I guess
Well,
yeah, sure.
right, but like
Yeah.
I don't listen and haven't ever listened really to either of those artists a ton. I'm
I listen to
familiar
Well,
the
you
with
Beatles a
should.
lot. The Beatles are
you
good.
should.
Elvis
The
is
Beatles-
like pretty
Elvis is
okay.
alright. Yeah, Elvis
Right.
is alright.
I am much
It's like
more
a
of a
fun
fan
little,
of the Beatles
you know.
and more familiar with the Beatles art.
And I would
music
say
than-
that the majority of people are.
right.
Yeah.
But when people say classic rock to me, I think of like
It's a white dude from the 40s.
I think
No, it shouldn't
AC/DC and Van
That's
Halen,
fair.
Poison,
That's
Twisted Sister.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. That is fair, and I will give you that. Yeah, I would say AC/DC is like bordering on like
Grunge.
metal though.
Yeah.
It's bordering on metal.
Okay.
Like AC/DC, like
Yeah.
like you know.
And because that's the thing, I have a playlist. I have a shit ton of playlists on my Spotify account. This podcast not sponsored by Spotify. I have a separate playlist for like rock and roll, and it's not even rock and roll as much as it is just like 40s, 50s, 60s music.
40s. Nigga, what rock were you listening to from the 40s? Because I want to know. I want to listen to it too.
Yo, you know what? Like, actually, kind of slaps like really hard.
What's up?
Korean. Like, I listened to like me and Elijah. Yo, you were there too.
K-pop?
No, not K-pop.
Hell no.
K-pop's cool, I guess.
K-pop's whack.
I have been told that it's either
It's K-pop's not my thing. It's all right, I guess. It's just pop music, but in Korean. Honestly,
that's fair.
It's literally just American pop music.
yeah.
That's not true.
But
I
like,
take that back.
like
I'm sorry.
Korean and Japanese like music from the 40s is really good.
That's fair.
Let's see what classic rock is.
My
The Clash. What?
my classic rock
Anyway.
or my rock playlist, it's not really rock and I don't call it that. It's like Queen, Wham, for whatever reason Bowling for Soup is on there briefly.
Yeah, classic rock.
Hall
That's
Notes,
fucking punk rock.
Billy Joel,
It's literally punk rock.
Rick Springfield, Joan Jett,
Billy Joel.
Bob Seger.
I would say Billy Joel
Just
is.
blues.
more Queen. The Beatles.
I'd say
I
he's
have a lot
rock.
of the
I'd say
Beatles
he's
on
rock, but like.
He's like rock.
I'd say he's
R&B.
rock, but bordering on like pop music, like pop
Right.
rock.
Stuff like,
for the
Wake Me Up
time.
Before You
Yeah.
Go, Footloose, Old Time Rock and Roll, Twist and Shout, Obla D, What I Like About You,
hate
Neutron
Twist and
Dance.
Shout.
Why do you
That's
hate
fair.
that
I just
song?
don't like it.
What?
song-
Wait,
I
do
like
you
the
do you
song.
not like
I
the
like the
original or
song.
do you not like the Beatles cover? Or do you don't like the song? You
either
just-
of
you
them.
just don't
I
like the
think
song?
structurally, it's like not a great song.
But like I have
Like it's fun. I get
Yeah.
it.
You
Like,
do the twist and then
you shout.
you shout. Yeah. That was one of the
Um,
first songs I ever learned on guitar.
I wish I could play my guitar. I've had a guitar for 6 years and I've never.
You should
You have a guitar?
definitely learn.
At your house?
It's in my room right now.
Is it acoustic? Oh,
Why the hell is the White Stripes on the classic rock?
Wild.
No,
No. Oh, that's what I was doing. Right.
No.
My
wrong.
My
wrong,
classic
wrong.
rock playlist, if I can find
I
it,
guess it's classic. not
is a lot of
classic rock.
AC/DC. Like one Nickelback song for whatever reason.
It's not. No.
It's really not at all.
Nickelback was like 2003.
Yeah, like
Right.
early-
Twisted Sister, Scorpions, Poison, Queen. I have a Metallica song on here for whatever
that's metal.
reason. Bob Seger, Boston, Generation X, Van Halen. Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
That's the kind of stuff that's on my classic rock, but I have another playlist that's more like hard rock metal kind of stuff, and I have a shit ton of AC/DC on that playlist too,
Mhm.
and it's predominantly the same AC/DC songs.
Yeah.
That's super interesting to me
Yeah.
because like I get very nitpicky with some kinds of music in being able to, or not nitpicky, but I take pride in being able to distinguish different styles and different tastes, I guess. Differentiations, particularly with jazz in different styles. Like I could talk to you all day about the difference between swing and big band and Dixieland and bird blues. Bird blues is fucking stupid, by the way. It's wild, the chord progressions in that shit. But when it comes to like rock, for whatever reason, rock is the vague overarching term. Like you were saying, like most modern day contemporary people or consumers would label as jazz. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That same. I can sit here and be pissed all day that like, elevator music isn't all jazz and shit. But at the
White
same time,
Man Saves Jazz.
I do the exact.
The plot of La La Land.
God.
Also, that movie's really good.
What movie?
La
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 Land.
Land.
It made me cry.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't
feel
seen
like
it.
I need to watch
but
it.
like, do I need to?
It's good.
I
I think it's worth.
If you
a
like
watch.
Ryan
here's my thing.
Gosling,
Cheyenne, have you seen La La Land?
Was it-
Jeez.
Did you like it?
Did you? Yes, no.
She was like,
okay,
eh,
that's fair.
kinda, sorta.
Oh, wow.
All right.
It was mistaken for the Best Picture award. How do you not? I haven't even seen it. I'm defending the damn thing.
Oh, that's funny. But like, I don't know. My thing with movies, I'm not as ironic it is for my major. I'm not a big movie person.
Right.
But like,
I don't know how you couldn't be.
I
I just don't understand people who like to read books. I don't understand that stupid
both of you to
shit.
assume that I like to read.
No, I'm just
books.
saying in general. I'm just saying
Shane
in
looks
general.
offended.
I just don't
As someone who
understand.
spends hours a day reading.
I just don't understand people who like to read books. My girlfriend, Brianna, you all know her, except for you, Cheyenne. I have a girlfriend. Her name's Brianna. She's real. She goes to the school. I'm just saying. But like for her major, she's had to read like entire books in like 2 days.
Hell no.
I'm like, what?
Jeez.
How do you do that? How do you sit down and read
I
words?
read our media law book once.
Yeah, I
I
can't. I
read 3
can't
pages.
do it. I need to see it visually. I need to
Yes.
hear something. I
Yes.
need to see something happening.
Do you think that's indicative of how people today like consume content?
What do you mean?
Like we just don't have the attention span for reading.
Absolutely. I absolutely
Do you think?
think
Do you think it's just because we're wired that way, or because society has made us that
it's
way?
absolutely the evolution of society in that we're surely, surely.
Well, I
killing
mean,
our
like
attention span.
I like to read books every now and then.
Right.
If it interests me enough, I will read a book.
That's fair.
I think the thing that gets us is quote unquote convenience. Like I love listening to or consuming, I should say, stories. Listening was an apt choice of word. But
Like even Island of Dogs, like it can't hold
Right.
my attention for
right,
an hour and
exactly,
40
because
minutes.
this is the issue that I have is I love stories and I love consuming stories and hearing all of these different ways to tell the same stories over and over again, that kind of thing. I haven't picked up a book and read a book for shits and giggles for fun since 8th grade. I have
Wow.
I have
Really?
a cut. Yes, I have because
What?
I have a couple of dozen audiobooks that I have listened to
Okay,
over and
I
over
mean,
again.
like,
Because that's my thing, right? Is because I can have an audiobook on and
Audiobooks
be
put
doing
me to
something
sleep,
else. That's part of the thing. Is I can there's more of a versatility to that medium of consuming
right,
that
but
content.
at that point, are you engaging with the,
Bingo.
you know,
Are you engaging with it? That's the
Yeah.
difference for me, and that's
or is it just like there?
Exactly. A lot of the time, I will be multitasking. I'll be playing a video. Like, this is the big thing that kills me that I do, that I can't break myself of with consuming video content, like gameplay videos or podcasts, different shows and stuff that I like to watch, etc.
Mhm.
9 times out of 10, I will be largely playing a video game whilst listening to and sort of watching that content. And eventually I'll be like 20-25 minutes into the show or into the episode or whatever, and I'll go, fuck, I
See,
can't remember anything about it, and I'll stop playing and I'll go back and rewatch it.
Right. I catch myself doing that every now and then because I'll be playing like a video game and then like
Right.
a loading screen will come up and I get on Twitter. And then I'm on Twitter for like 10 minutes.
Right.
And then I'm like, oh yeah, shit, I'm doing this.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Yep.
feel that.
But like with, where was I going with that? The audiobooks though, like, I don't know what it is, particularly with audiobooks and sometimes with podcasts. I'll stop myself and I'll be doing something, like I'll be playing a game or I'll be fucking around with something on my phone on Twitter or TikTok or something. But the difference there, for whatever reason, is that the focus, the attention, like you were saying, switches.
Mm-hmm.
I am not, like, I won't play games like Rainbow Six Siege or Apex or shit that I have to focus on to play and interact with while I'm listening to an audiobook. I'll play shit like Minecraft or Portal or something that I can just mindlessly go and do. Because my focus switches from the game that I'm playing to the book that I'm listening to.
Right.
And I don't know, it's really interesting to me that you bring that up,
think,
because it's wild to me that my attention will do that and switch from that to the audiobook, but doesn't always do that with podcasts, and rarely does that unless I make an effort to with videos.
Do you do that with music too?
Ooh, that's a good
Because like
question.
music is something like I actually like I have to pay attention to it because like there's layers to like, especially
Yes.
like Andre 3000 versus J. Cole versus Lupe Fiasco versus there's like layers and layers and layers
Right.
of shit to unpack.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, like I don't know, it feels like a puzzle and you have to be kind of clever to catch stuff.
Right.
And
Or
I like that a lot.
Or it gives you the satisfaction of, I am clever enough, or I don't want to say forward thinking enough or intellectual enough, but there's
you're attentive
there's
enough.
right
Yeah.
there's a certain level of pride, a feeling of going the extra step to take a second
And actually listen to what someone is
to
saying,
experience and understand that art.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. And that's I do that with certain kinds of music. If I'm just listening to pop music or to
Joyner
just
Lucas. I'm kidding.
well, we can
No,
talk all day
Joyner
about
Lucas has layers. I'm
Right.
not saying that you're wrong.
no.
Joyner
We can
Lucas
talk all day
poopy.
about my terrible taste in rap and hip hop music because
That should be a
objectively
different episode.
that will be a different episode because
that'll take up the whole.
we've already been going for close to, if not an hour now, and that's a whole other hour of
Yeah.
conversation to have.
That's a couple hours actually.
At least it's already been probably 5 or 6 hours of conversation spread over the months now that we've known each other. Year and change now that we've known each other. Damn.
Right. Yeah, I met you guys like a year ago.
Yeah. So like with certain kinds, and a lot of times with rap and hip hop, that'll be something that I'm like listening to in the background. Like I listen to a lot of J. Cole and Eminem, and not that they're all the same thing.
Why
or
are they in the same
but, like,
playlist? Let's talk about that one.
they are in the same playlist for me.
They are.
Come on,
right?
they should.
But like I listen
are?
to
Not
a
even,
lot
like,
of them.
on
I
the-
listen to a lot
Hold on,
of
pause.
John
Stop,
Bellion
stop,
and
stop.
ADR.
Are they?
Or let me
Are they?
in the same
Not
playlist.
even-
Are they in the
come
same
on.
All
playlist?
of my rap and hip hop music is in the same playlist. First of all,
John.
separate conversation for a separate episode. For a separate episode.
All right,
Save it for next week. But like I listen to a lot of like I do listen to a lot of John Bellion and AJR. That's one playlist. I listen to a lot of like my classic rock playlists. That kind of thing is stuff that I listen to in the background.
Is it bad
of
that I
doing
don't
stuff.
tend to make playlists? I just like go in my like tracks.
Oh
and
God,
I can
can't.
tell what days I was sad and
I
which days I
cannot
wasn't.
do that, dude.
I just hit shuffle.
That literally
Shuffle?
not shuffle in general. Like I will go through most of my playlists and listen to them on shuffle.
Okay.
I won't I have specific I have 30 something playlists on my Spotify because all of my music is categorized as separated.
So I'm the fucking
separated
weirdo and
by-
I use Tidal. I realize that that's weird. And
It's
like
a
no
little
one
weird.
uses it.
It's a little weird.
But like
like,
I just like it a lot. Anyway, but I have like
I can't lump all of my music or even large swaths of my music together. My longest playlist is like 50 something songs or whatever.
really?
Yes, and it's intentional, and that's the longest one that
My
I have
longest
because I
playlist
went
is
out
like
of
3 days.
right. Like my that's I feel like we're at opposite ends of the spectrum, but we're both the extreme there. Like that playlist is the longest playlist that I have, and that was the one that I went out of my way to intentionally, maybe it's 70 songs now, to make intentionally long for me because
What playlist is it?
it's my pop or hip hop, kind of hip hop, but
Okay.
mostly my pop music playlist because it's just mindless, mildly upbeat shit that I can just listen to when I'm like driving or whatever, when I'm just zoning out.
Okay.
Because I listen to music by mood. I cannot listen
I
to
feel that.
like this is why a lot of my music is my music taste doesn't change a lot, but it also doesn't expand a lot either. I listen to a lot of the same shit over and over again because it's a very specific mindset and mood for me.
See, sometimes I get in the you might be able to like relate to this. Sometimes I get in the thing that's like I'm constantly listening to new music, but I'm not giving it enough attention. Like I'm just giving it like
I can't
like
get
a
myself
listen.
listening to music.
Like I listen to it like once
Yeah.
or twice.
Right.
Yeah.
And like it doesn't like really stay in my rotation, but I'm like, oh, I like this. This is a fun experience.
Yeah. I haven't really been like, I understand the whole like mood playlist type thing because I have like a lot, and like when I started listening to music, like really getting into music and stuff, like in high school. Also, funny thing, I torrented a lot of music too. the entirety of Queen's discography, I torrented all of it.
I torrented a lot of music as well.
Yeah, like and also like the leaks, leaks for albums and stuff. I would like find those, man. I would get on those. But I like a lot of my playlists when I switched from using iTunes and stuff. Like I would basically just download all the music and put it on iTunes. Right. And I switched to Spotify in like my sophomore year.
Right.
I had a similar experience.
Yeah, I switched to Spotify and that was the point where I was discovering artists, so I would just make playlists for artists. So I recently tried to clean up my Spotify where I have like probably 70 something playlists, and a good portion of them are artists playlists. They're just playlist by artist.
That
I have
is
a
so
I have a
interesting
Logic
to
one.
me.
I have a Black Keys one. I have a J Cole one. I have
What's
I-
your Arctic Monkeys one look like?
It's just most of their
Just
music.
discography.
Yeah.
Here's okay.
So it's not just like, is it songs that you don't like?
It's a lot of times if it's a band like the Arctic Monkeys, then I put the entire album on there
Okay.
because
But
I love all of it.
So say for like,
but if it was
Logic,
Logic, no.
Okay,
Not
okay,
not the
gotcha.
entire album.
See,
no.
this is where, because we started to have this conversation when you both first started peering into my horrific and
I
not
remember
at all
this day,
uniform
actually.
take.
So,
yes, taste
we were in the
in rap
atrium.
music. I have never really listened to, and don't still listen to music by album or even by artist.
That's silly.
You're
song-
a fucking weirdo.
It's song to
Silly.
song of what resonates with me, and I guarantee you I know why.
man.
It's particularly because the first real genre of music that I started listening to and hunting through for new music was jazz, and like you can go artist to artist or album to album with that. Like you absolutely can go
listen.
top to bottom of Giant Steps or something like that. But,
Yeah, I
like-
listen. I understand, like, jazz is something you have to like dig for, and you only find ones that.
but that
like,
doesn't apply to all music even remotely.
No, I think body of works are meant to be played as bodies of work. I don't think you should shuffle an album ever.
Yeah, I feel weird shuffling an album.
Right.
Like whenever I'm playing an album, and like I'm in the car with Brianna, I'm like, and I know it's an album. I'm like, Brianna, can you please
Not shuffle.
turn shuffle off? Because I know when it happens. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's not the right song.
Right.
That's not it.
Right.
Yeah.
And I only started listening to things from top to bottom albums in the last couple of years or so, and I'm starting to get
'Cause
that.
I think of
that
albums
mindset is
as
starting
books,
right
because it is
that
it's a front cover.
Yeah.
Is
Yes.
Act 1, Act 2.
And
Like,
it's-
usually
there's
it's
a
structured
progression to
as
it,
an
right.
Act 1, Act 2, Act 3.
Yeah.
There's there's a progression to that, and more often than not, a story or a message of some sort told from beginning to end of that album.
Yeah.
But like.
Yeah.
I think like
When I-
For Your Eyes Only is a really good example for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I know
J.
what
Cole
you mean.
record. I don't know if you've ever heard it.
I have not, but the reason that I started listening to albums top to bottom or front to back, I should say, is because of 2014 Forest Hills Drive.
Okay. Yeah.
Like,
that's also a good
That
example.
was honest to God a surreal experience for me because I had never listened to an album or music progress that way.
Mm-hmm.
The closest to that I've ever gotten was a single song progressing from one side to the other. And like the best example for me of that is like the jazz cover, I guess, of The First Circle, which is one of, if not my favorite jazz pieces of all time. And that it does like a beautiful job of, to me anyway, of progressing and telling a story.
in one song.
Yes.
Okay,
And
yeah.
and the funny thing about it is there's like it's completely instrumental, and it's very
Yeah.
interesting to me that I can understand why this is a little off topic and off on a tangent. It's a little or it's very interesting to me that like people can listen to music that have no vocals and be like it's music, yeah, but there's no story to it. There's no message to it. That is completely alien to me, and that's very interesting to me. But that song, even being a longer song, is like 8 or 9 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
That is not the same length as the entirety of an album, top to bottom.
Right. And
Yeah.
I really
Like-
appreciate those longer songs, honestly.
Right.
Like,
Right.
I don't know if you're familiar with this one, but on
Are you gonna say Luke? Are you gonna say it?
no, I'm not gonna say
All right.
that. That's
all
a
right.
good
I was
song,
like, are you
though.
gonna say it?
on,
Let's say it.
on that I'll include it in. It's lumped in with those
Yeah,
longer
yeah.
songs. But Sing About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst off of Good Kid, Mad City
Mm-hmm.
is like one of like honestly, it's like one of those things where if you unpack it, there's like a lot to work
Right.
with there.
Mm-hmm.
Not only because it's 14 minutes long, but because like it's just heavy,
Right.
kind of.
Yeah.
So,
And it's that kind of thing though. But like you were saying, there's even on individual longer songs like that, regardless of the genre or the artist, etc. There's a progression to it, and there's something to unpack there. I had never experienced something that layered, that was that long. Like, how long is that album? 2014, top to bottom, like an hour or so.
An
Not
hour.
even. It's probably
Yeah,
not
it's
even
like
an hour.
50 minutes.
Right. Like
I'll look it up.
it was it was the top of the album to like the first 2 or 3 tracks, and I was like, damn, this is.
Oh, it's an hour and 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is,
Well, with the outro.
Right.
With the intro and the outro, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the intro's.
The intro's short.
The
The
outro's
outro is like
20 minutes.
Yeah, it's a long.
The outro is my favorite.
The outro's
song.
the
God,
best
it's-
part.
It's
Shout out to Dale Earnhardt Jr. Just kidding. I don't know that at all.
No, that was so funny. He just lied so hard.
but like it wasn't to me that.
Jesus.
And part of it is because I, as a person, have more of an appreciation for a different genre than just rap. I didn't grow up with that.
Right.
So it's not that the message or the progression of the story from the front to the back of that album was more layered or deeper to me, but the fact that it progressed so not slowly, but over such a long period of time, it didn't feel like there was an end to it for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Like I got 5-6 tracks deep and was like, this felt like a movie to me.
Yeah.
And that was the first experience I'd ever
I
had
think-
listening to an album.
Yeah, well,
You know what I mean? And
part of that is that J. Cole is very, very. He says a lot.
he does.
Yeah.
say a
He do
lot.
be saying
And
a
he
lot
says
of
it
words.
like eloquently.
Yeah, he
too.
said. Yeah, he's very good with imagery. And
I appreciate
John, that was a really cultured take. And thank you everyone for the first episode of the Uncultured
I was
podcast.
gonna say
We've been here for a while.
we have.
Oh, yeah,
for
no,
a
we've
while.
been here
Our
for a
studio
long
manager's
time.
like, bitch, I want to fucking eat food and go to bed.
I'm about to go bed.
We've probably been on the air for like an hour and 10.
Oh, it's
20
been
minutes now.
a minute.
Yeah.
We've been here for a while.
So yeah.
Penis
Again,
music.
I'm
I'm really sad we didn't get to talk about penis music.
We will talk
Next time,
about.
next time.
We will have you back for an episode that we will do nothing but talk about music because
I thought you
feel,
were gonna say nothing but penis music.
No,
I was gonna
Jesus
say
Christ.
absolutely not.
Absolutely
I will not
not.
do that.
Because God, I absolutely feel like the three of us could go on for another hour
We
at
could.
least
We
about
could.
Oh, yeah,
music,
absolutely.
particularly that genre. Again, thank you for listening, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, John Gloden,
I'm your co-host Marcus Carranza.
and our lovely guest,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah.
Elijah
Thanks,
Dolan.
Elijah.
Thank you for listening to episode 1 of, I guess, the Uncultured podcast.
Yeah.
We will.
We got a name.
we did get a
We got a
name.
name. It's not the name we wanted, but
Checklist.
it's the
It's the
name
name we
we
got.
got.
I think it fits.
I think it fits too.
I like it. I
So.
like it.
All right, we will see you
All right,
guys
cool.
next time.
Have a good one.
Penis.